Hey, thanks for joining me. So today we're going to talk about the different types of joins that you're going to see when you're using SQL. So I'm going to have a couple videos about this, and today I just want to give you a brief overview of the most basic joins you're going to see. So I'm going to talk about the 4 common joins. There are other types of joins, but I'm not going to overcomplicate it today. We can save some of the more difficult types of joins for another video. So first off, let's talk about what SQL joins. What are we talking about? SQL joins they're the clause in a SQL statement that tells you how you're going to connect to another table. And the reason we're connecting to another table is because when you're designing a database, you don't want to have redundant data in the tables. You don't want to put everything into one table. Because that's the whole purpose of a relational database. We want to make things move fast and only grab the data we need. So we're going to use to get the answers we want. We're going to need to use multiple tables. Okay, so you can join more than one table. Well, you have to join more than one table, but you can join more than 2 tables. But we're just going to talk about how to join 2 tables today and what types of joins that we're going to use to get that data. So, behind any join. So actually, let's talk about the join clause, right? So the join clause is the part of the SQL statement that says it says join, the table on, and then it'll have the table name and the join key and of the first table, and then it's going to have the table name and join key of the connecting table. So that's the full statement right there. Basically there's 4 different types of joins that you're going to see, and the type of join you use depends on what you want to see. So let's talk about those 4 different types of joins. So we'll split it up into 2 categories. We've got our inner join and outer join. And when I say inner join, you might have even used this and you don't even know it's an inner join, because an inner join is the default behavior of SQL. So if you just say join table 2 on table 1 and then the key equals table 2 and the key, you're going to be using an inner join whether you know it or not. And what that means is you're going to be pulling records from both tables only where there's a match in your join key. So it's only pulling on matching records. So I guess it's the most restrictive type of join because you're only going to pull on matches. So if you have header information in one table, and then if you have detail in the second table, if you only want to see complete records, you don't want to see anything where there's a missing header information or missing detail. You only want your complete records, then you're going to use an inner join. Okay, so that's your basic join. That's a lot of times you'll use that. And then there's 3 more types of joins that we can talk about, and they're pretty common too. So let's talk about those. So the next one is your left outer join. That means it's going to show all the records. So you have 2 tables. You've got the one on the left and the one on the right. So if you're using a left outer join, you're going to say, hey, pull me everything from the left table, whether it's matched or unmatched with the information in the second table. You're going to pull everything on the left, and then you're only going to pull where records match on the table on the right. So so that's the left outer join, and then you can probably guess the right outer join is going to say pull me all the matched and unmatched records on the table on the right, and then only pull where the records match on the left. So it's kind of the inverse of the left outer join. And then you've got the last type. You can probably guess where we're going here, see the pattern. But a full outer join, that means essentially show me everything. Show me all the matched and unmatched records on the table on the left, and then show me the unmatched and matched table or information on the table on the right. So show me all the records. And what that's really good for is, that's really good if, if you're basically trying to like audit all the information you have and, you know, see where you have, you know, missing header information from the table on the left and where you might have missing detail information, you want to fill in the gaps. If you do that, if you do a full outer join, that's a good way to that's a good way to see everything from both tables. And then you can, you know, have the person go in and, you know, fill in where you have missing data. So that's really helpful. So I gave a brief overview, and I know that it's hard without some solid visuals to comprehend this. So and I had a hard time, you know, kind of explaining it without the visuals. So what I'm going to do in the next video is I'm going to show you some real life examples of data demonstrating these joins in, you know, in real time, and I think that's going to be really helpful. So I think you should join me for the next video. Hope to see you there. Thanks.